What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about all of these Star Wars figures that have not been freaking released. That's right, guys. We're back with another video today. We are going to discuss our disgust. No, our frustrations. I will say disgust. We're going to discuss like some incoming stuff that's going to happen very soon. So I thought it'd be a good moment in the lack of actual releases by Hot Toys. Like, it's been like 3 weeks since the last release, which was the Anti-Ox Spider-Man suit, which was amazing, by the way. Super thankful for that one. If you want to check out that review, check it out up there. But it's been 3 weeks since we have an actual release. Now, in the month of June, I think, yeah, it's month of June, we have had just so many announcements, but no releases. And that's been a pattern for all of 2021 so far, actually. I mean, we should have had probably double the amount of releases we should have already had this year that we don't. Instead, we've got like quadruple the amount of announcements and pre-orders, and people are getting a little frustrated. And I'll be honest with you, I've been there. I understand. I'm with you. Like, I review figures, and right now, like, there's no figures to review. It's kind of crazy. Bella Tucker are going crazy downstairs right now. They agree. But what I wanted to do today is I want to take a look at Star Wars specifically. If there is some interest in taking a look at Marvel and DC, some other franchises, for this type of video, you can let me know in the comment section down below. But I wanted to break down the figures that are incoming or scheduled to be incoming over the next year. And I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at some of these figures. So I've got a sheet that I made. I'll put it up on the screen, and I'll tell you what, I'll put a link to it down below. Maybe do like a Google Drive or something. You can download it. I don't even care. I'll probably just post it in the Facebook group, and you can download it from there if you want to. But I've got on here, there are 40 figures that I have counted that have not shipped to the States yet. They either, some of them may have been released in Hong Kong, but they haven't made it to the States yet. But the majority of them have not even been released at all. So I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at this from a collection standpoint, but also of a budgeting standpoint. Maybe you've got a bunch of these on pre-orders, and you're not like thinking like all this money you might be having to spend, or maybe you're really super excited and don't even care about the money part and you just want your figures. So either way, wherever it's at, I thought we'd take a look at this. So I've got on here Q3 of 2021, Q4 of 2021, and then Q1, 2, and 3 of 2022. And like I said, throughout there, 40 figures. So these are figures that I think a lot of people are excited about, and there's some interesting kind of tidbits in here. So let's take a look at the first set, which is going to be Q3 2021. So this is going to be what's supposed to be released right now for over the next couple months this year. So the first one's going to be Kylo Ren, which has been released in Hong Kong, has not made it to the States yet. That figure is flipping fantastic. I cannot wait for you guys who are still waiting on the US shipments to get in to get that figure, because that head sculpt, it's insane. Along with Kylo is Rey and Dio. Amazing figures. Both of those together. In fact, I just reviewed both of them. You can check some links out there somewhere if you haven't already. Those figures, unbelievable figures. However, a lot of the people in the States are, I mean, obviously they're not here. They're going to be waiting on those for who knows how long. I believe there was in fact, I take that back. I think I saw a screenshot today of somebody saying that Kylo is shipping from Sideshow. Like, they just got it like late this morning or last night or whatever. So I think Kylo, at least a small batch of them, is about to arrive. So that's pretty cool. Rey and Dio, I hope, are also on that shipment, but I haven't seen anybody announce that quite yet. So Kylo Ren's supposed to arrive in this Q3 zone. Rey and Dio is supposed to arrive. Captain Rex actually got pushed back. So Captain Rex was supposed to already been like here in the States. We should have seen him in Hong Kong months ago. He's got delayed. And then, of course, you know, Sideshow goes up there and puts their delay on it, which, I mean, they don't have a choice. They don't have the figures to ship. So Captain Rex has been delayed. Super frustrated by that one. I actually have 3 Captain Rexes coming. I've got one coming from Sideshow. I've got one coming from Collector Zone, and I've got one coming from Pop Collectibles, which obviously will be my review piece. But Captain Rex with a helmet, without a helmet, one for work, whatever. I don't know. I went crazy with Captain Rex. And I predict that figure is going to be ever so fantastic. It really is. Mainly because he's not going to have that switch out arm with the light up feature that Cody had to deal with. That thing was a freaking nightmare. Interesting concept. Didn't really execute it all that great. But when Captain Rex does drop, Cody's going to go through the roof price-wise, and that's going to be a thing. So Kylo, Rey, and Dio, Captain Rex, IG-11 is another one. Released overseas, hasn't hit the States yet. So these are all ones that are coming up over the next couple months. And then we've got the Scout Trooper, and then if you got the Scout Trooper speeder bike, which Sideshow did in the last few days get a super small batch of the Scout Trooper and speeder bikes. So you might be one of those lucky few. I know like one person who got an email about that. I do have a second Scout and speeder bike coming from Collector Zone for my own collection when I get it all set up in there. So I've got that going on. So these are Q3. So of those, the only one that's MIA is Captain Rex. Okay, Captain Rex. So in that grouping of Q3 figures, I went ahead and got the MSRP or suggested retail price of these figures. I'm not including shipping or taxes or anything, just whatever the list price is, and I grabbed it off Sideshow. $1,675 for those 6 figures. Okay, over the next couple months, $1,675 for 6 figures. You got to include shipping and taxes, and there's some extra money going there. So $2,000, just roundabouts. Okay, $2,000. That might be rounding a little high, but around $2,000. That if you've got all those figures coming, you should either, if you haven't already paid them off, then you should plan on having those at some point. Again, the only one we're rating on really is Rex. And I tell you right now, when that one shows up day one, I will have it. It's going to be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll definitely be reviewing that one. So that's that one. So the other one's coming up Q4 of 2021. So between Q3, Q4, and the end of the year, holy cow, 10 figures. Get your wallets ready. It's gonna be crazy. Get your figures or your wallets ready. So the first one I've got in there, this one, the Stormtrooper Commander, which is just announced. Actually, the Mandalorian one. The Stormtrooper Commander is just the regular trooper with the orange pauldron. That one's actually scheduled to come out this year. That's kind of crazy that they're gonna. I mean, it's just a trooper with a pauldron, so I get it. But the fact they literally just announced it and now they're projecting it to get here this year. Will it show up this year? Who knows? Going along with Rex, we got the 501st Clone Trooper and then the 501st Clone Trooper Deluxe. As you guys know, I have 6 Clone Trooper Deluxes coming from Sideshow. I have a Clone Trooper Deluxe coming from Pop Collectibles as well, so I'll have a bunch of those, and I'll probably get a regular Clone Trooper as well, just to add to the mix. So we'll get all those figures in here, and we've got those coming on. So I know there's a lot of people army building those, so I know I'm not alone in that. So there's that one, Q4 2021. Clone Wars Ahsoka, again with Rex. Ahsoka, Clone Wars Ahsoka is supposed to come in 2021. Clone Wars Darth Maul supposed to release in Q4 of 2021. The Coruscant Guard. The Death Watch Mandalorian, which I'm super excited about. Actually, Coruscant Guard I'm pretty excited about as well. Troopers, I like troopers. And then we've got our quarter scale figures. So the quarter scale Mando, the quarter scale Mando Deluxe, quarter scale Child. Like if you just wanted the Child standalone, quarter scale of that one's coming along as well. So if you got all of those figures, which is 10 figures in a few months, and seeing how that's just Star Wars. Now we haven't talked about Marvel or DC or anything, or anything like that. We're just talking about Star Wars. They haven't released 10 Star Wars figures all year, and they're going to release 10 in 3 months, in a quarter. Ew. Fingers crossed. Maybe they will. Not holding my breath on that one. But if they did, those 10, $3,000 plus your shipping and taxes and all that kind of stuff, whatever you got to pay it for. So 10 figures at $3,000. So you're looking at $5,000. Oh, that's just $3,000 for that, not even include shipping. So call it another, I don't know, 10 figures, $20. That's call it $400 by the time you play tax and shipping. So $3,500 if you're getting all of those figures in there. So good chunk of change, which most of you are probably not getting the quarter scale Mando and a quarter scale Mando Deluxe. You're probably not doing that. Probably not, just saying. But there's that. So $3,400 there plus $2,000 for the first one. And you're at $5,400 in Star Wars figures from between now and the end of 2021. So that's a good chunk of change. So what else is outstanding? Now, if you notice on all those figures we just talked about, none of them are OG, like original trilogy figures. None of them. They're all Clone Wars, Mandalorian. That's it. There are no OG figures in there. So that's kind of interesting. But Q1 of 2022. So go past Christmas season. We're getting into January, which we know will probably be a lull time. We'll see how that goes, right? But we've got Grogu set that they just announced. That's announced to come out in Q1, January of 20. And it's January through March, so it's going to be in that ballpark, right? So Grogu set, we've got the Artillery Trooper, the Mustard Trooper versus the Ketchup Trooper, Artillery Trooper, the Tusken Raider, Mandalorian figures, guys, Shore Trooper Squad Leader, Shore Trooper, again, Mandalorian figures. Finally, an original trilogy figure, Lando Calrissian, is scheduled to be released in January of 2022. That's the first OG trilogy figure we've seen on the list. Anakin from Clone Wars, Anakin on Stap. If you want the deluxe with the Stap, then that's going to be that time period. And Transport Trooper, and then Jango Fett. So, like, that's a lot of figures that are kind of interesting. I guess Jango's prequel. So it's, yeah. So one OG trilogy figure between now and Q1, or now in Q2 of 2022. Crazy stuff going on. Like, so what's going on with this stuff? Obviously, they're following the money, which is Mandalorian and Clone Wars. There's money to be had there. They're following that. But I think there's some money to be had on the OG trilogy as well. We need a reissue of Bespin Luke. We need a proper Empire Chewie. We need a good Chewie. Like the other ones are going, but a good Chewbacca would be great. Han, Bespin Han would be. I mean, there's so many we could do. So, you know, they're out there. Lobot would be cool. That'd be kind of an interesting one. Maybe another R2 to go to the collection, since that other one's going to like $500 now. But $2,500 in figure price there, plus call it another $500 for shipping. So you're at $3,000. That puts us at $7,900 roundabouts. Okay, so that's a good chunk of change between now and that time. And again, I'm showing this so you know like which figures you might get. Now we know that everything's been delayed. We know that we had the COVID to deal with, and then we shut down for the new year for a while, and then ramping stuff back up. And for whatever else reason, they're not actually shipping figures. Don't know why. And again, this is just Star Wars. It's not even, they haven't even dove into Marvel, okay? Or DC. So Q2 of 2022. This is stuff that's scheduled. Now, these things are, again, they're subject to get moved. That's just what they do. So Q2 of next year, another 10 figures. So be prepared, guys. Q1 and Q2, that's 20 figures. No way in hell they release them all that. There's just no way. There's just no way. If they do, I'm in. I'm good, but there's no way. Echo from Bad Batch Q2, Mandalorian and Blurg, the regular, just the Blurg. If you want that one as well, Bo-Katan, that one's gonna be sick. Boba Fett, which is the Mandalorian Boba Fett, and then the Boba Fett Deluxe. So whichever one of those you happen to be getting, the single or the 2-pack, those both gonna schedule be Q2 of 2022. Finally, an original trilogy, Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder, Q2 of 2022. I'm hoping they move that one way up. I'm super anxious to get that one. And because I want that suit. I want the Snowspeeder. I mean, Jazz Ink Dioramas is building a 6-scale Snowspeeder that's gonna be 39 inches freaking long. It's gonna be unbelievable. I have not put a pre-order on that one yet, but damn, it looks amazing. Just space-wise, like where do you, I don't know. Maybe I will see. That thing's crazy. Yost he's a beast, man. So Luke Skywalker, Snowspeeder, Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon from The Mandalorian, Assault Tank Trooper from The Mandalorian. Mando is taking it all. Like, there's the money. There's another 10 figures there. Another $3,200 in orders if you were to get all of them. So another $3,600 on top of the 79 we were just talking about. So what's that? $6, $10, $9, $7,400, $7,300. Yeah, $7,300, or sorry, $10,300. And, or is it 11,000? Whatever the math is. I lost count. All right. So you guys can comment down below with the math. All right. So that's Q2 of 2022. Crazy, right? And then we're going into Q3, which is going to be, June, July, August, that of next year. Ahsoka with Grogu from The Mandalorian, which is interesting. The Mando Ahsoka. We got Quill and the Blurg, and then Quill alone. So that's a month, or a quarter after the Mando one. And then we got just Ahsoka. So 4 figures. So total in all, 40 figures. 40 figures that have yet to be released. So, the question's got to be thrown out there is, will Hot Toys deliver on this? I don't think so. I don't see it happening. I'm not even hopeful. I would love for it to happen, but I don't see it happening. But the reason I want to talk was not really to complain about what's going on with it. It's more or less to say that, so you can prepare in your budgeting. That's really kind of what I was going with that. Like, prepare your budget, and that way you know what's going on and you can decide what you want to do. If you may need to cancel some pre-orders. If you've got 5 or 6 figures that are coming at one time and you've already got pre-orders out there for those things, that may not fit in your budget, or you might want to start throwing money at it now so you don't get hit with it later. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I think Hot Toys has got a long hill to climb for all these Star Wars figures. Marvel's a whole nother animal. We're still waiting on in-game figures from 2 years ago. So, I mean, that's a whole nother animal. And if you guys want to see a deep dive, and I'll break this down for Marvel and DC, just let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear how many pre-orders you have for Star Wars right now. How many figures are you waiting on in the comment section? And if you want to let me know what they are, how many of each, that'd be great too. But I'm curious as to, what are your thoughts on what's going on with this? Because I don't see an end in sight where we're getting more and more pre-orders and less releases. I think that's where we're at right this second, and it's kind of crazy. And I'm hoping we can start to see a shift. I thought there was going to be a shift in releases when we saw like Hellboy, and we saw the Scout Trooper speeder bike. Antioch. We saw some figures kind of in a short period of time, and then they just said, "Nope, we're gonna go take a nap. We're out of here. Don't worry about us. Here's some pre-orders. You can pre-order some stuff. You can pre-order War Machine. You can pre-order an Echo and some other stuff. And don't worry about what you actually have on order from us. We'll get to it eventually." Like, what the hell? So it's a crazy world, man. It's crazy. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Let me know what you have on pre-order down below. If you'd like to hear a Marvel breakdown, let me know that down below as well. If you haven't already subscribed, which I know about 50% of you who are watching this are not subscribed to the channel, what the hell are you waiting on? Hit the button. It's free. And as always, click what you like. See you next time.